Hello and welcome. You're watching Don Bosco Media Network. This is Abigail bringing to you the news and events in Meghalaya. Here are the headlines for today. MEECL Employees Association and Union urges Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma to inquire into the various anomalies in the MEECL. 200 out of 1,538 sex workers have been tested positive for HIV, and Manipur Chief Minister urged the Garo people not to elect the regional party. And now the news in detail. Today, the 7th April 2021, at the brief meeting of the Meghalaya Assembly Committee for Women Empowerment, the committee has expressed concern over the prevalence of HIV among sex workers in the city. Speaking to the media fraternity, the committee chairperson Dr. Ampreen Lingdaw informed that 1,538 sex workers have registered themselves with different NGOs, out of which 200 of them have been tested positive for HIV and are receiving antiretroviral therapy. However, she expressed that the concern was over the fact that majority of the sex workers haven't tested themselves for the virus.
Meghalaya is increasing very alarmingly. 5,000 plus cases of HIV/AIDS positive in the state of Meghalaya. That is something which is very unfortunate. And we have had a detailed discussion with the entire departments of police as well as Department of Social Welfare on how we need to immediately address the issue of commercial sex workers. The police did not deny matters that were discussed on the floor of the House, and the police, including the Social Welfare Department, has given us the assurance that the government will now design a policy specific to address the issue of HIV/AIDS in the background of commercial sex workers in the state of Meghalaya. Is that 3 out of every 1,000 pregnant women are actually testing positive for HIV. That again is a big shocker for all of us, and government has to now become aggressive in its redressal on this entire HIV/AIDS agenda.
Committee member Shri H. Shangplyang informed that the committee has directed officials from the Social Welfare Department to prepare a guideline to tackle the issue. He requested all the sex workers to get themselves tested for free at government hospitals and other institutions, stressing the fact that his request was not to shame anyone but to help them. Shangplyang also stressed upon the need for government schemes to rehabilitate commercial sex workers.
This committee came across certain lapses of the Department of Social Welfare, wherein the one-stop crisis in both the East Jante Hills, that is interior, and in West Jante Hills, that is in Joy, are not functioning in the right perspective. We expect that the one-stop crisis that have been set up with the assistance of the central government, wherein we have counsellors, we have paramedics, we have the legal officers who have been placed in this one-stop crisis, would assist women who are in distress. Calls normally reach these one-stop crises, and such calls of distress, it could be a woman being beaten up by her husband, it could be a woman who is being followed, it could be a woman who has been stalked, it could be a woman involved in the domestic violence. So therefore, this woman could call up the call center, the one-stop crisis, and such victim would be given proper counseling and again refer the matter for the law enforcing agencies like the police to take over.
The employees of the Meghalaya Energy Corporation Limited today urged the Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma to inquire into the various anomalies that plunge the Energy Corporation into debt, frequent load shedding, using of smart meters and other financial irregularities. Addressing a press conference at Shillong Press Club, the Vice President of MEECL Employees Association and Unions, Arju Dakhar, informed that their organization passed a resolution urging the Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma to set an independent inquiry commission to probe into the various irregularities that plunged the power corporation into a sick power company. Dakhar said the incumbent power minister should be removed from the present portfolio in the best interest of the people of the state.
So we want a thorough inquiry on this price escalation. Smart energy meters. We are never against the installation of smart energy meters. But the way it is being moved to install and the way loan was availed, when we have a central government PSUs, EESL, to install these meters free of cost, why do we need to take loans? And so many parameters are involved in the smart metering. So, we will request the Honorable Chief Minister to look into this and also to go into the details of the smart metering. In Shillong, the loss is 10 to 11%. There are areas where the loss range from 30, 50, 70, 80%. So, we will request the Honorable Chief Minister to not be in a hurry to implement this smart metering. Let there be a proper public hearing. Let the public also know what is this smart meter all about.
Deputy Chief Minister of Manipur, Joy Kumar Singh Yumnam, on Wednesday campaigned in South Garo Hills region of the state to drum up support for NPP candidates. Addressing an election meeting at Deku Bazaar, he recalled the contribution of late P.A. Sangma into Indian politics and stated that the people of Garo Hills were lucky to have been blessed by an iconic politician, P.A. Sangma, who is accorded highly in the country. Talking about the ideology of the party to work for the welfare of the indigenous people, minorities and the weakest section of the society, he said that NPP as a party works to be the voice of the people of this region. He further said that regional parties have very limited role and it was important for the people to realize the fact and vote for a party that has a bigger role to play for the common interests of the region. He told the gathering that NPP is working across Northeast to unite the voice of the people and to make the region loud and clear.
Regional party particularly is confined only to a particular area, to a particular state. It has no future. And it is many a time what happens is that a regional party becomes so much concerned about its own area. Sometimes it becomes a problem for people to unite. We did have in Manipur a regional party, MPP, Manipur People's Party. Over the years, people understood that this or that sort of party will never be able to bring the notice together. And today, of course, at one time, MPP also ruled money in Manipur. We had Chief Minister from MPP. But over the years, now people are more educated, people understand our requirement and all this. MPP has been totally wiped out. And let me tell you that in the next 10, 15 years, there will be no MLA from MPP in Manipur. MPP, that's what I said. Not NPP. So that is the sort of thing. I have lots of sympathy for a regional party like this GNC. It must have its own objective. But from my experience, from what I've seen is that small regional party can play very little role in bringing about development, in bringing about understanding and cooperation among the people.
So viewers, that is all we have for you today. Till we meet again, thank you for joining us.